LeAnna Beat, and every Monday about this time I get to do my very own segment on real estate. I am a local realtor with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, PenFed Realty East. I know it's a very long name. I used to work at T95. I went to a much longer name. So anyway, if you've recognized my name, it's LeAnna Beat. I used to be on the radio here in Wichita, and for the last 16 years I've been selling real estate. I've been doing this show for 3 weeks, and I want to thank Cheryl and Ron for letting me do this. So today we're going to talk about the Parade of Homes. If you've never been to the Parade of Homes, it's fun. They're brand new homes. They roll out all of their fancy smancy stuff. So if you want to see a fancy bathroom, go to the Parade of Homes. It's Saturday and Sunday, October 7th and 8th, then the next weekend, which is the 14th and the 15th, and the next weekend, which is the 22nd and 23rd. It is free. There are maps that you can go to, and this year they have their very own app. So you can download an app, go to Parade Craze, spelled with a Z, Parade Craze, and you will find that app. Also, you could go to the website. This is put on by the Wichita Area Builders Association, so it's WABA, W-A-B-A, .com, wabahome.com, and you can find the map and where all the houses are. They're all over. There's some great builders, and I believe they have 108 houses this year. They used to have 108, but I just sold one, so now they have 107 because my new buyer moves in this weekend. But I also put out my own little newsletter. I've done this for about 10 or 12 years, and if you want one, just contact me at LeAnna at leannabeat.com, and we'll get you one, or you can call the station and we'll get you one. But my newsletter talks about the Parade of Homes, and so these are all new houses. I also want to talk for a moment about the walking tour that they're doing in Midtown. So if you want to see some houses that were done in the 1800s, that's a walking tour. That is a price. It's about $35 per person to do that. They're doing that on the weekend of Saturday the 14th and Sunday the 15th, and it's during the day. And you can go to their website at midtownwichita.org. midtownwichita.org and find out about the walking tour. There are 4 homes, great historic homes out on Market Street to go see that. So I've got information about new homes and old homes in my newsletter. I also put my information about my current listings, but if you ever want to see the listings that are current, you can go to leannabeat.com. It's the full MLS. I also have a dog, and he has his very own column, and in a couple of weeks we're going to have David LaBouse from All Paws Pet Center come and help you talk about how to keep your dog calm or what to do with your dog when you move, because sometimes dogs get very upset. I've had sellers and buyers call me and say that their dog runs away or their dog is getting sick on their new carpet and they're not happy about it, and what can they do? Well, David will have some solutions for that. I'm also going to have a friend of mine, Leon Mader, come in and talk about his side of the transaction, which is commercial. I do mainly residential, but I also do some commercial, and I can sell you land, and I can sell you a vacant lot to build a house on. But he deals mainly commercially at some great properties, and he'll come and tell you a little bit how that is different than residential. Also, in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to have James Thompson is going to come talk to you about eminent domain, and let's see, I have another guest coming up, and I can't think of it. Oh, the City of Wichita is going to come talk to you about cleanup days. My cleanup day for my neighborhood is this Saturday, and that's when they bring the big dumpsters to your neighborhood, and they'll bring a tire truck, and usually it's about $5 to $10 to drop off a single tire, and they will do that for free. They'll bring a special truck, and mine is this weekend, right here on my newsletter. Anyway, so for my neighborhood, but you can do that for your neighborhood. It's at a discounted cost, and sometimes if your neighborhood qualifies, they will do it for free. And Laura Rainwater from the city will come talk about that, or Renee Fields. I'm not sure which one is coming to talk about that. Another thing I want to tell you about in my newsletter is a Craigslist scam. I had this happen to me on one of my personal listings. I have a house that I flipped. We'll talk about that in an upcoming episode. I'll bring you some lovely pictures of a house that was on fire that I redid. But what happened is when I put it up on the MLS, somebody in a different state and or country decided to pretend like they were the owner of that property, and they put it on Craigslist. And so you, as a potential renter, see a nice house, and you call their number or you contact them through the email that they have provided, and they say that they're the owner, and they're not. And they tell you to go to the house and look through the windows and to see if you would be interested in buying that or renting that. And what they tell you is they left the keys, or their friend isn't available to bring the keys, or they packed them and they forgot them or something, but they will just have you go to a locksmith and get the locks changed, and then you move in. And then me as the agent, or me as the homeowner, drives by and sees people living at my residence. This has happened a few times here locally, where we've had problems getting the renters out of the property because they've paid the first month's rent, the last month's rent, and a deposit, somewhere around $2,000, to somebody out of state. So be very aware that if you have a house that you have for sale and it is vacant, to check on it, or have your neighbors help you check on it. I have great neighbors at my listing, but they didn't know. It was actually another agent who called me and told me that he saw it on Craigslist. I didn't see it. Somebody called me and told me it was there. So if you see something odd and you live next door to a house that's listed and vacant, go ahead and call the police. I've had the police called on me several times. I wasn't in trouble for anything, but I was at a house that was vacant and they didn't know it was me. They'd seen me all dressed up and I was wearing scrubby clothes, and they didn't know it was me, and they called the police on me, and I just tell them who I am and what I'm doing, and things are fine. And I'm more happy to do that than I would be to walk into a house that's been broken into, or have people living in that aren't supposed to be there. All kinds of crazy things happen when your house is on the market. And you as a buyer, when you go see one of those houses, just don't walk up to the house and look through the windows. That is actually trespassing, and you can get in trouble for doing that. Be respectful of other people's property. Just because it's on the market doesn't mean it's a crazy free-for-all, and that it's, you can just crawl through the window. I've had buyers call me and I'd say, I've seen the house, and I'm like, how'd you get inside? And they said, oh, we crawled through the window. I'm like, no, it's breaking and entering. No, don't do that. Call your agent. If you can't find an agent, call me. My phone number is 316-214-1121. Again, my email is LeAnna@LeAnnaBeat.com. I'd be glad to help walk you through this information. I actually have this whole packet of information to give you that gives you the steps about how to buy a house and what to look for. And I give you great information like what is mold and moisture and how it works in a house. What a termite inspection does for you, what a home inspector does for you. In fact, we had Eric Mabey on last week about home inspectors. I'll be glad to educate you through my show each Monday about 12:10 after Bucky. So tune in, and I hope that we have a great time educating you on home ownership, how to buy a house, how to sell a house, and how to be a good neighbor. Thank you.